The school taxes are high, but they're still closing schools down here. The county can't afford to build new ones. Or they say they can't. A home is $76,000, which is bottom of the barrel for this state.
True roots.
Here's one for a lot less.
Ooh.
Small town
right now.
I couldn't talk about that right now, actually. Hey, yo.
Weird leg sculpture like they do in Henderson, which is also a bad place to live in the state. Look at that sculpture.
It's not appropriate for kids.
Hey, stop copying me.
They did.
I always say that. Nah, don't even try that. I will break your legs. You will be Joe Swanson. You do it all the time. You copy Jaquan, don't you? Oh, he got quiet.
There's even a rumor they tell the soldiers not to go there after dark. 20% or more than 40,000 people here are chronically unemployed and living in poverty. There's far more cons than pros living in Fayetteville. The schools are underfunded, there's limited jobs here, and there's lots of homelessness. Entertainment-wise, it's not small-town life, but for a city of 200,000 people, there's not a lot to do, except hang out in a small area along the historic district on Hay Street. There's a lot of homeless and drug dealers down there, too. And recently, Fayetteville ranked 15th highest in the nation for its STD rate. That sucks. Don't laugh, Spring Lake, you're not much better. One somewhat reputable website says Fayetteville's the worst city in the U.S. for finding jobs. Another ranking put Fayetteville as one of the 10 worst places to raise a family. And this is despite being a big military town. Now we've come to our second worst place to live in the state. Lumberton's another struggling community along the South Carolina border. It's home to 20,000 people in Robeson County. They too are losing people every year. Folks who want a better life. Crime in Lumberton's terrible. It's so bad that the city actually stopped reporting its yearly crime rates to the FBI. You can see here, crime numbers are missing. Remember, it's called Robeson County. There's a lot of robberies. Like many other places on this list, much of the community is on government assistance. 40% of Lumberton lives in poverty. There's the worst place to live in
His arm.
Kingston, right in the middle of Lenore County. Surrounded by cotton, tobacco, corn,
I know no one named Kingston.
population is 20,000.
That's the most.
I thought she told me she was from Kingston. I thought she was from Kingston, Jamaica.
Turns out she
North
wasn't.
Carolina. I was like, what?
What?
Serious issues here.
Yo, King there.
Slow down, slow down.
Speed up.
Slow down, you so excited. I ain't going nowhere. I'm just saying you lose some ice. I'm about to say, y'all both put on y'all glasses?
No.
Check out what the worst city in the state looks like up close. Little Kingston has some of the highest rate of folks out of work in the whole state, and it's pretty much the most dangerous place in the state for cats to. The crime index here is a 1. That's out of 100, meaning it's safer than 1% of all U.S. cities. That's bad. Like nearly 4 times higher than the national average bad, where people here have a 1 in 13 chance of being
they
victim
have
of crime every
solar
year.
panels.
That's like every third house on every block, folks. You can buy a home here for $100,000 on average, but this one.
There goes Yellow Jacket.
Get it fried.
Shut the fuck.
Get it skinny.
The hood.
Why y'all look like twins with your sweatpants and your undershirt? Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Look at y'all sweet little bodies.
Put your pants back up, boy.
Wait a stop before you fall.
Parts of those cities that are ghetto and run down and dangerous. The other places we talked about are all out. They're the sticks. They're all places that are poor and dangerous and, well, there's nothing to do.
Come on, Nick. Tell me what the best place to live in North Carolina. I'm about to hear it.
And nothing keeps you connected like AT&T 5G. Is that fast? Oh yeah, it's fast. Secure. Oh yeah, it's secure.
Uh-oh.
AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and
North Carolina, most schools and Oscar Coast, lots of good jobs and great schools in a low-cost living. It has the Great Smokies on one side and the Outer Banks on the other side. You can see why people from all over are moving to the state. There's 10 million people here. It's the 9th largest state. It's not bad. Some say it's the best state in the country. I'd agree. But as always, some cities are better than others. And today we're going to talk about the 10 best places to live in this state. You might be thinking about moving here. Now, in order to look at the best places to live in North Carolina, we gotta look at two things: data and opinion. From the data side, that's easy. We can look at places that have good schools, great jobs, great neighborhoods, and virtually safe. The opinion side, I live here. I know everything about North Carolina.
Nah, it's like doo-doo. Like doo-doo cheese.
Again, where's the best places to live?
I am.
Carolina.
At least Jamal said on my talks, right? He said they were dirty. Yeah, it's a little bit dirty. Here's are like black. These are smooth black.
We're gonna begin our tour of the best cities to live in.
Raleigh. Woo woo.
Raleigh. This is the capital, where it's home to just about 500,000 people. But what makes Raleigh a great place to live? Well, I used to live here. I know how great it is there. If you want a great job, they can't find enough people to fill all the growing tech, education, and healthcare jobs. It's part of the research triangle, a bunch of cities that include Chapel Hill and Durham. You're going to find some of the best universities in the country. Raleigh's pretty cheap still, too, by big city standards. You can still get a 3 or 4 bedroom home here for like $250K and in nice, quiet neighborhoods. A lot of people who call this area home are young, friendly, diverse, and educated. There's plenty to do here. There's new restaurants and bars popping up all over. There's a bunch of green space, family-friendly museums, a growing art and music scene, and a bunch of concerts and music festivals. And despite the large population, there's still a strong sense of community.
Raleigh, top 10 places to live.
Waiting in line at the store.
I know it.
Bro, listen, you gotta get your water bottle.
Why?
That's all of my area place thing.
15 minutes north of Raleigh. There's 42,000 people here. This was once home to Wake Forest University, but they moved to Winston-Salem. It's a small, close-knit community. It's perfect for families and people who want small town community life. The downtown's awesome and really quiet. There's no homeless people here, that's for sure. There's a lot to do in Wake Forest. There's museums and breweries, but it's kind of a small town lifestyle. It's different than Raleigh. It's only 30 minutes away, so you can go to Raleigh if you want fun. You know, like a lot of other places on this list, the median salary for people living there is going to be pretty high, about $92K a year for a family, and homes for like 3 minutes.
I ain't run up on you.
That's right. Wake Forest is actually more expensive than Raleigh, but you get what you pay for. It's quiet and safe, schools are good, and like a third of the population has a bachelor's degree. And it's not just families here either. Wake Forest is also called one of the best places to retire. At number 8 is Elon, outside of the Raleigh area, way out by Greensboro and Alamance County. There's 12,000 people here, but it's growing fast. It's home to Elon University, and because it has a lot of college students, it's going to have a young population. The average age here is 22, but Elon's not like a normal college town. It's actually quiet and safe. It's called the second safest city in the state. Just about everybody in town. People who live here say Elon's a beautiful town. That heart of gold. They say people are always friendly and that they're friends. Maybe everyone's
No.
in a good mood because they don't have to sit in traffic. I mean,
Dummies.
people who live in Elon have one of the shortest commutes in
No.
the state. The only drawback is you probably have to drive to Greensboro
You should go to for me.
or Winston-Salem for work. Those places are not very cheap. For being such a small town, there's actually a lot to do.
Why is the pen like this?
Shops and places to shop. Look for live music. You can find a lot of locals at the Back Broad on the weekends. And no, Back Broad did not pay me to do that. Now the 7th best place to live is going to be way out in Pinehurst, down the Sandhills region. It's about an hour southwest of Raleigh. There's not a lot around here.
So next Christmas is gonna be on the way.
There's only about
Sunday.
16,000 people here, and it kind of
I'm
feels
guessing.
exclusive. The location's
Monday,
great. I mean, you're 2 hours
Tuesday,
from the beach and 2 hours
Wednesday,
from the
Thursday,
mountains.
Friday.
But it's kind of isolated way out in no man's land. Of course, Pinehurst is kind of a golfing community. The village is home to some of the most
Where, bro?
famous
Where's my
golf
phone?
courses in America, including
Give me my phone back.
Pinehurst Resort, which has hosted a bunch of tournaments, including 3 U.S. Opens. Pretty much everybody here is retired or has a good high-income job. A lot of people work from home. If you don't have a job outside of healthcare and hospitality,
Whoever gave me a mug or something.
you better bring work with you. And believe it or not, there's actually areas in Pinehurst that are still sort of affordable. I mean, the median home price here is $293K, and property taxes aren't that high either. Overall, Pinehurst is easy to get to. It's super family friendly.
Happy birthday to me.
More of an old town.
Your birthday not even in December.
Hey, I used to live
No.
Again,
No.
triangle area, the Raleigh metro area. There's 60,000 people in Chapel Hill. And it's home to the nation's first public university, the University of North Carolina, which is one of the best sports in the country. So because of that, there's a lot of young people in town. However, it's also kind of a retired community, or it seems like it. Feels like if you're in your 30s or 40s, there's not going to be a lot of people your age. You're going to be 25 or 65 in Chapel Hill. And it's really expensive. I mean, Oregon's getting it's like $400 grand. But you get what you pay for. You really, really save.
Like a slushy?
For the best in the state. And
Yeah.
So a lot of people are smart. You can't go wrong in Chapel Hill if you can afford it. For fun, it's going to be mostly wandering around on the playground down here.
No.
East Campus. There's a bunch of shops, places to eat. There's also stuff going on campus every single day. Chapel Hill's a great place to live. You know, it's about 20 minutes from Chapel Hill. It's also in the Triangle region. There's 35,000 people here, but this place is almost doubled in the last 5 years. They can't build homes fast enough here. If you want to live somewhere that's really safe in the middle of the Triangle area, Holly Springs is a good choice. It was also voted as the best place to raise a family in the whole state.
What place is this?
The schools are great. It's super safe. It's really pretty. It's really not even that
I
expensive.
think like fourth.
Relatively speaking, for where
Or third.
you're from. Even though it's grown fast here, Holly Springs still
forgot.
kind of feels like a small town. And there's plenty to do here. The city just invested $100 million for public infrastructure, for parks and recreation and shopping and dining. They have free concerts in the summer.
Yeah.
And they have
I got
free
Pepsi
days
too,
off
Lisa.
in the
See?
fall. Right next door is Morrisville. Are we seeing a pattern here? Just
Look at my
about all the
Pepsi.
best places to live are going to be in the Raleigh metro area. Morrisville has about 25,000 people here, and it's also growing really fast. And just like the other places on this list, it's going to be super family friendly. Half of the households have kids, and the public schools are in the top 5% of the state. They also have the 10th lowest high school dropout rate in the state, too. 2/3 of Morrisville residents have a bachelor's degree. That's more than double the state average, people. And you hardly ever hear about crime here.
Yeah,
They have the third lowest violent crime rate in the state. And there's great tech jobs all over the place. Like, you could drive 10 minutes to work. There's that many good tech jobs in Morrisville. Healthcare jobs, too. And Morrisville's going to be a little bit more expensive than some of the other areas. About $350K for a home on average, but this one's going to be closer to $400K.
300.
It's Apex. They call this place the peak of good living. The schools are great. There's a charming downtown. Lots of people involved here. If you don't have a job in Apex, it's because you don't want a job. Everybody in Apex has a good career and earns pretty good money. It's going to be a little bit cheaper to live here than next door, but that's because it's more spread out and doesn't really have a center of the downtown Apex. Homes are about $330K. They're going up all the time, people. I know there's people in California that are like, wait, I can pay half as much for a house and have twice as much safety? Yes, you can. Like Morrisville, Apex has one of the best public school systems in the state. Only 2% of adults have
It's in
finished
Wake
high school
County.
here, and like 40% of people are in college. There's gonna be parks here, outdoor activities, farmers markets, and festivals, just like everywhere else we've talked about too. And right next door
Yeah,
is
Scary
Cary.
Apex,
This is
more
the
than
closest
the same
suburb
area.
of downtown Raleigh. Talk about families.
Andes.
So places filled with young families
These
with a
nuts.
bunch of kids.
Uh-oh.
There's endless
What I do?
sporting leagues and things going on the weekends here. It's
That's how
growing
Cary
super
looks.
fast here in Cary because
But
people
Jamal didn't
in
do
the
anything.
West, the Northeast, and even the West Coast who want safety and good schools and property that will go value. They've heard about Cary and they're like, I am moving there. But it's one of the most expensive places to live too because everyone's moving here. They're just running out of homes. We're talking 400.
Yeah, Mom, my cat is so raw. Look.
Cary is the B's E's, bro. There's
Really?
cars shopping around every corner.
How?
You don't even have to leave Cary. Everything's right in Cary city limits. Schools are great.
Do you make characters?
Super clean.
Do you make actual characters?
Clean. Parts of Cary are
Do you make superheroes?
Hey,
Hi.
you don't want both sides toast.
Where's the best place
You don't
to
want
live?
both sides like buttered and toasted. I usually like the top part kind of soft and the inside toasted.
Hey,
Yeah, that's fine.
outside of the Raleigh
Thanks,
metro
I don't make.
Oh, you're welcome.
little small college town that's growing really
If you wonder if I farted, I did.
2,000 people. It's clear that people love living here though.
Well, I did downstairs.
education, has a college degree. There's cute shops everywhere, restaurants, and everybody here is really super friendly. And one of the best parts about living in Davidson, Lake Norman, it's the largest man-made lake in the state with over 520 miles of shoreline. However, Davidson's gonna be pricey. It'll be like
How much soda you drink?
$50K for the average.
All of it.
500K
Get out.
for a good
Let me look at it again.
So there you have it. That's
I can see how light you lifted up. It ain't that much in there. Probably about this much.
The schools are good.
I can tell by how you lifted.
There's a sense of community. Because in America today, we
It's
all
kinda like
have a
mine.
sense of community. You'd be
Oh.
lucky to call any.
I'll take your fries though.
What are you waiting for, people?
See that, Lisa?
Some dates and places now.
Carolina is a state where there's a lot of stuff to do. Carolina is a great place. There's a lot of stuff for you. If you move here, don't go to places at the back, cause you won't be happy. No, you certainly won't. Find all the fun and the jobs in the areas where it's safe and good. Hey guys, if you learned something new about America or what it's like to live in America, great. You should think about subscribing and turning on your notifications. You can also click one of these videos or playlists for more. You can also now buy my...
Jay, I gotta live with this thing.
2022 is shaping up to be a heck of a year.
Mm-hmm.
Catching bodies, yeah.
Some critics may call the Kingsman gratuitous. 2022 is shaping up to be a heck of a year for the world of superheroes. And with vampire movies, legal sitcoms, holiday specials, and plenty of multiverse madness, this is Marvel like you've never seen before. Which project are you looking forward to most? Although Spider-Man has been on loan to the MCU for several years, the web slinger is still officially owned by Sony Pictures, as are his
Mobius.
characters. So while Peter Parker has been swinging around the MCU, Sony's been working on their own interlocking cinematic universe of Spider-Man characters, kicking off with 2018's Venom. Joining Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock in the Sony Spider-Verse will be Morbius, based on the living vampire who first appeared in pages of Marvel Comics in 1971. Morbius will star Jared Leto as Dr. Michael Morbius, a brilliant biochemist whose attempts to cure his own fatal blood disease go predictably awry, transforming him into a superpowered ghoul who must consume human blood to survive. Joining Leto in the film will be Adria Arjona as Martine, the female lead of the film, while Doctor Who star Matt Smith will be serving as the main antagonist, Loxias Crown. Also appearing in Morbius will be Michael Keaton, most likely reprising his role as Adrian Toomes from Spider-Man Homecoming, which would make Morbius the first full crossover between the MCU and Sony's Spidey films. Daniel Espinosa will direct from a script by Lost in Space co-creators Matt Sazama and Burke Sharpless. Morbius will hit theaters on January 28th, 2022.
Yeah, this is the right way to wear your Crocs.
2016's Doctor Strange has been in development since before that flick even hit theaters. And in 2019, it was revealed that the sequel will be titled Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. The movie will co-star Elizabeth Olsen as Wanda Maximoff, appearing hot off the heels of WandaVision. Most of the previous movie's cast will be returning, joined by Xochitl Gomez, who will be playing the dimension-hopping superhero America Chavez. Otherwise known as Miss America, Chavez is notable for being one of Marvel's most well-known LGBTQ+ characters. The creative team for the second Strange film changed in two big ways during production. Firstly, Evil Dead and Spider-Man director Sam Raimi stepped in for original director Scott Derrickson when
Sam
Derrickson
Raimi?
departed the project due to creative differences with Marvel. Raimi will also be reuniting with composer Danny Elfman, who's taking over scoring.
I didn't ask.
Doctor Strange composer Michael Giacchino. Considering the MCU is revisiting Raimi's Spider-Man movies as part
Yes, sir.
of Spider-Man No Way Home, it really does feel like Raimi Raimi was destined to return to the Marvel Universe.
It was.
Multiverse goes mad on May 6th, 2022. Given his fantastic character arc over his last several appearances, nobody was particularly surprised to hear that Thor would be the first Avenger to receive a fourth solo film. Thor Ragnarok's Taika Waititi will be returning to direct Thor Love and Thunder, which will also see the return of Natalie Portman's Jane Foster. Apparently, Foster will follow in her character's recent comic book footsteps by picking up Mjolnir to become Thor herself. Returning Thor stalwarts include Jamie Alexander as Lady Sif and Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie, while Chris Pratt will also be joining the cast as Star-Lord. Meanwhile, basically every other Guardian has also been spotted on set in Australia, making the whole team's involvement more or less a dead certainty. Serving as the antagonist for Love and Thunder will be Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher, a character who, in the comics, is obsessed with killing gods and absorbing the power. A number of other A-listers are set to appear, including Matt Damon, Sam Neill, and Luke Hemsworth, who you may recall playing Thor opposite Damon's Loki in Ragnarok. This time, they'll be joined by Melissa McCarthy, who will be playing yet another Asgardian actor. Russell Crowe is also set to star as the Greek god Zeus. How will this all come together? Well, that's anyone's guess. But we'll know for sure when Thor Love and Thunder hits theaters on July 8th, 2022. Despite raking in billions of dollars in
See, Lucia? I ain't feel nothing. Yeah. I ain't feel nothing.
Ginger ale bowl.
I didn't feel anything. Not even a tingle in my throat. I'm too OP. You can't compete. You said what? Yeah, Alicia. Jamal's weak. A little bit.